Hello, my name is Liam. If you are new to the channel, this is a daily vlog where I'm sharing my lessons whilst I'm creating movies and TV shows. Today, I'm jumping into what I would steal potentially from K-pop Demon Hunters. It has been a sensation on Netflix. It has been one of the most streamed movies across multiple countries for a while now. And initially, I was skeptical because it's not necessarily for my demographic, 25-year-old straight male. Um, and yeah, it's generally not, it's like K-pop. I don't know, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So, the number one thing that I would steal from it, I was looking at the different directors. And steal, I mean learn, apply potentially to my own films and projects. I was looking at the history of it and how it was created. The original concept of one of the characters is 9 years old. And I find this fascinating the more and more I dive into different behind the scenes of how movies were created and the length of time from initial idea conception to the birth of the full project. The main thing that I noticed when I guess this links to the actual movie, but this is not going to be spoilers, is um, the director was from Korea. One of the directors was from Korea. And she had this deep love for K-pop when she was younger. But I think she was based in Montreal or Vancouver. I could get it wrong. But anyway, she felt the shame towards the music. And it's fascinating that the film ended up becoming about the power of owning what one is ashamed of and being honest about it. And I thought that that was a very, it's just interesting how when different filmmakers I've noticed scratch their own itches and it becomes like this, like the more personal the wound, often the more universal. So like when they solve it or they release it through the catharsis of art that they create, I think it's often something really beautiful and unique, and authentic. So I think the main takeaway for me was just continuing to lean into what are my authentic interests and where is the overlap with those interests. Because she was interested in shamanism and mythology within the Korean culture, which he dived into, which dives into the demons and everything, and then obviously K-pop, and then there was other parts of the character that she wove into it. So I just thought it was very cool backstory of how long it took to get made, and just made me feel more patient as a filmmaker. I loved the film, to be honest, so I wouldn't mind rewatching it. It genuinely surprised me. I shared it. I shared that I liked it with a couple of friends. They're like, Liam, you're weird, and I am weird. Like I do love all sorts of different animation movies and projects. I'm just looking here at my notes and what I could share. I think my major learning today was navigating the art of resistance. So there's a great book called The War of Art. And today I definitely felt a lot of resistance before I actually began writing, and I noticed myself wanting to procrastinate on different things. But when I actually especially when I'm getting to the end of a project or even the beginning of a project or like the messy middle, I find like those three areas can bring up resistance. So I was proud that I lent into the resistance. What helps me so much is just setting a timer and just going, this is all I'm focusing on during this period of time. And so, yeah, I think just the ability to navigate and lean into the parts where we feel resistance, which require courage, I think ultimately brings creative breakthrough. And I think the thing that made me laugh is there was aspects in the script that I wrote today, which I actually sent through to an actor, which I found so funny. I was just, even if no one watches the film, and I know humor can be subjective, is like I literally like I fell on the floor, and I haven't done this before. I fell on the floor in in the room that I was writing in. It wasn't in like a public space, and I literally fell on the floor and just could not stop laughing. So that was one of the things that came through. Then a moment that I'm grateful for today is this morning I felt a bit overwhelmed with the amount of different tasks and to-dos that I wanted to get done today. And then what actually helped me is I just sort of took a step back, focused on my breath, and was just like, all I need to do is be present, focus on the next step, and all the answers will come to me. And I was genuinely surprised at new and novel ideas that came to me around marketing different film projects and other things. There's a guy who's walking in a military uniform through the airport. Okay, interesting. Um, but yeah, that's a bit of a summary from the day. I'm testing out the Capwood's back, the cap, in a backwards fashion. I aimed to get a haircut today, and as you could see, there was no haircut, and I literally arrived as they were late, or I literally I literally arrived at the hairdresser as they were closing. So I was like, that's a sign. I love my long hair. It is staying for now. Okay. Uh, Bye for now. I hope you found this useful and interesting. This is even more of a raw version. And until next time, much love, much peace. Bye for now.